Graphs of exponential functions. Let's consider the following function. Let's say y equals 10 to the power x. 10 to the power x. This is an exponential function because x, my unknown value, my variable, is an exponent. Now if I consider that, I'm just going to roughly draw the sketch. I recommend that you use your graphics calculator for any of these. But if this is my y and this is my x, let's have a quick look if I can find out some stuff. My y-intercept is easy. My y-intercept is where x equals 0, which means y equals 10 to the power 0, and anything to the power 0 is 1. So when x is 0, y equals 1. That's my x-intercept. That's my y-intercept. Now, we should see the following thing. Just to get the general shape, when x is 1, so if x equals 1, then y equals 10 to the power 1, which is 10. So if x is 1, y is 10, which is going to be way up there. If x is 2, y is going to be 100, because that will be 10 squared, which is 100, which is way up off the paper. If x is negative, so if x equals negative 1, then y equals 10 to the power negative 1, which equals 1 over 10, which is 0.01, which is right down here at the bottom. So we can see that this shape is going to look something like that. When you draw this, please make sure it does not touch the x-axis. Mine is very close, but it's not touching. If you look carefully with the magnifying glass, you'll see there's still a gap. Okay, so what does this mean? What can we see from this? What we can see, three things is, first of all, my y-intercept is 0, 1. That's the first important thing. Y-intercept is at 0, 1. The second thing I can see is, as x approaches, and that's how we say, as x approach negative infinity, what happens with y? Well, as x approaches negative infinity, I'm going to get closer and closer to 0. But it doesn't matter what value I put in there. Negative 1,000,000 will still not give us 0. It will give us 1 over 0.1,000,000 zeros, 1. Which means it's coming closer and closer to 0, but it will never reach it. So that we've got an asymptote. And an asymptote is a line that cannot be crossed or touched. So we can see that we've got an asymptote where y equals 0. Right, so we've got an asymptote there. The third thing is, as x approaches infinity, so as x goes bigger, y is just going to go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, which means y will approach infinity. Y 10 to the power million will be 100 million zeros. It's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So that is what we get out of this. If any questions are asked on these questions, I will just use my graphics calculator. And I'm going to we're going to quickly look at the following work examples as well. So this question asks, use previous knowledge of transformation of the graph of functions. Match each equation A to D with a suitable graph P to S. And I'm going to magnify that so we can have a better look. Okay. What we need to understand is the following. You can go and draw each one of this and see which one mixes up. What I will do is I will say A, B, C, and D. And what I'll do is I see what is my y-intercept. So if I say my y-intercept is where x is 0, right? Then 2 to the power 0, 2 times 0 over here, 2 times 0 is 0. 10 to the power 0 is 1. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. So the only one where we have a y-intercept of negative 2 is r, and therefore this must be r. Okay, so this one is taken, gone. B, y-intercept. Now, my problem is, if x, my y-intercept where x is 0. If x is 0, 10 to the power 0 is 1. Right, so 2 times 0 is 0, 10 to the power 0 is 1. So my y-intercept must be 0, or must be 1, which means it's not P, it's either Q or S. Okay, I was taken. So when I look at those, if x is 1, 2 times 1 is 2, 10 to the power 2 is 100, which means if x is 1, that is 100. This, if x is 1, is very small, so it can't be this one, so my answer is S. My x-intercept, when x is 1, 2 times 1 is 2, 10 to the power 2 is 100. No, we want to find where my x-intercept, I want to find my y-intercept. Y-intercept is where x is 0. If x is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 10 to the power 0 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2, so my y-intercept is 2. The only y-intercept 2 is P, and then the only one remaining must be Q. And let's just check. My y-intercept is where x is 0. If x is 0, minus 2 times 0 is 0, 10 to the power 0 is 1, so I've got that. If x is 1, minus 2 times 1 is negative 2, which gives us 1 over 10 to the power 2, which is 1 over 100, which means it's a very small number which is down there. So there's my 4 numbers.